What is capitalism? Well, let's take a look at an example to get a better understanding of this commonly misunderstood term. Johnny is a young teenager who has realized that his neighbors are willing to pay him $20 to mow their lawns. Johnny would be happy with the $20 he would make, but realizes that he can hire other workers to complete the task for only $10. As a result, Johnny realizes he can make more money and becomes his own businessman. As a result, he is able to take and hire others to mow lawns and make even more money. This is the foundation of capitalism, in which one develops a distinctive mindset to maximize profit. We would like to emphasize that the aim of this project is not to condone capitalism as an economic system, but rather we feel as though it is absolutely essential for one to recognize that capitalism and the specific mindset that this economic system creates can have many negative impacts in respect to our educational system. The first negative effect that capitalism has had on our educational system is the way in which our classrooms are assembled. Similar to the large corporations who rule the capitalistic free market by implementing strict regulations and policies, our education system has taken a similar approach. Our classrooms are now organized in an assembly line type fashion, and everyone is expected to learn from the teacher in the exact same way as their counterparts. This is similar to our next major argument, as Freire pointed out in his book, Pedagogy of the Oppressed, that the banking system focuses on bestowing knowledge onto the individuals, rather than to bring the education out from within the individual. Now they view the students as containers, into which educators must put knowledge. This reinforces a lack of critical thinking and knowledge ownership in students, which in turn reinforces oppression, as well as it misrepresents Freire's understanding of knowledge as the result of human creative process. Since every student receives the same learning, although they are completely different individuals, they become commodified. They are dehumanized and become objectified by the institution because they only represent a financial commodity in the institution's eyes. Just like Johnny, our students are treated as a means to make money. Class sizes are also a huge issue that has a direct correlation with the capitalistic mindset that has been reproduced over the generations. It is important to note that we are not saying we know what the ideal number of kids should be in a classroom. If there's too little, they can suffer from a lack of connections and learning from others. Too many people and individuals may not get the attention and the resources needed to learn. But what is common is to see lectures at SFU with over 100 students. There is no doubt that profit is a huge contributing factor in them rationalizing the creation of such large classes. Finally, we would like to emphasize that capitalism has contributed to an unhealthy amount of competition within the students themselves at school. This is emphasized by the fact that educational administration have decided to standardize tests and language requirements common among all students. An example of this phenomenon is in the specific English provincial exams that all high school students in BC must complete to graduate. Although competition is at the forefront of the essential characteristics in a capitalistic economic system, ultimately it can do more harm than good in educational settings. Some students will become disconnected based on the fact that they did not perform well on these type of standardized tests and will begin to believe that they are not smart. This is a travesty that is constantly occurring in our modern day educational systems because everyone is unique, has different strengths, and will inevitably learn best in different ways in comparison to their peers. A diverse and balanced educational experience is a key factor in contributing to a successful career in any profession. So, let's pause. We can change things. We will become the future teachers and administration who will govern how our educational systems will be constructed. Upon recognizing and analyzing the major flaws in our educational system that are based upon principles from capitalism, we can begin to unpack these detrimental factors which inhibit our students' success. These flaws range from the organization and ineffective composition of our classrooms, a flawed banking system approach to education, and the standardization of tests and languages common in our modern-day classrooms. Even though capitalism is an effective economic system, its policies should not coincide with those in educational institutions. Just imagine how productive a society could be if every single student used their 20,000 plus hours they spend in a classroom more efficiently.